Coming to my stage, y'all. Another episode. We got the first lady of Chocolate Sundae. Yo, she was a runner-up on Bring the Funny on NBC. Excuse me. Celebrating her birthday today, y'all. I need y'all to take y'all mics, unmute the mics, make some noise for Tacarra Williams. Make some noise, y'all. Get off her birthday.
Oh my God, I have not been here all night. That is so crazy. Thank you. I am seeing y'all for the first time. Shut up. I didn't even know y'all was going to be here. That is so wow. I'm taking this. That is so crazy. I did not know. Look
right, we had somebody. Where you go? Where you go? Come on. Come back. Where you go?
I'm getting old.
All right, okay. There we go. You know, we had somebody do the hosting of the other show look just like you. I mean.
Oh my God, do you want me to keep this on? Or do you want me to take the Chocolate Sundae's background off?
You can leave it on. I mean, if you want your background, it's your day. It's your birthday. How you want it? What you want?
Take it off.
I don't really want to keep it on. I'm going to take it off.
You can keep it on. You can take it off. I mean, I don't know what you're doing right now, but okay. Well,
take it off.
I'm trying to cut lights on and what he said?
I said we didn't know what you was doing, but you know, however you want to do it, you know.
I don't want that background. I can't do it. Okay.
There you go. All right.
What's up, Sagi?
Tacarra, what's up? How you doing for your birthday?
I'm good. I had a good birthday.
Good.
I spent it in Cabo with a bunch of drunk 18-year-olds. I had a good time.
Oh shit! There you go. I saw the picture.
You know, in Mexico, the legal drinking age is 18, and my birthday, unfortunately, falls on spring break every single year. So
there you go.
No matter where I go, the kids is there.
You got to be drinking. So did you get fucked up? Did you get fucked up? Or you at that age where you start managing your real fuck up?
Man, fuck all that. No, I'm not at that age. I'm at that age. I get drunk.
You like shots.
Who said that?
Another one.
I don't remember. Be honest. But I know I had a good time because I woke up with one shoe on and a sock.
Okay.
And I didn't have no socks on. And that's how I know I had to go. I was like, whose sock is this? Somebody cared about my feet and gave me their sock. That is so sweet.
That's dope.
So that's what I remember. But I had a really good time.
Good. All right, let's start off, Tom. We'll do like this. Tacarra, give me your top favorite songs ever.
Oh my God, top favorite songs
top five.
ever.
Give me top five.
Right, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go into it.
Okay. Anything Peebo Bryson.
Peebo Bryson?
Yes.
You just told your age right there.
Anything Peebo. If you ain't
91.
listening to Peebo, y'all out here fucking the Trey Songz and he's spitting in people's mouth. You got to go back to Peebo. Anything Peebo Bryson.
Okay.
Anything Luther Vandross. Anything Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Anything Afro beats. I don't have specific songs. I just have moods.
Right.
And my moods will reflect what I listen to, but my anything old school, anything Cameo, you know.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yes.
That's how I grew up with the 8-track in the van.
Oh shit.
Yeah, anything Stevie Wonder, anything old school that calms my mood, makes me think. You know, I like all that music. So I don't have a top 5. I just have moods.
Got it. Era. Okay. Yeah. So then, give me this. When you was coming up, what was that group or that artist that you went crazy for on your walls and your notebook and all that?
So for real.
Who?
Now they've aged something wicked. I'm telling you right
now.
Damn, they aged. But back in the day, the little one Jace, I used to be in love with him.
So for real?
Yes. Yes.
That was your shit.
What was I gonna say? B2K, nigga? I'm grown.
No, I know.
I mean, for real. I used to love them. And my mom went to the record store. You see how old I am, the record store.
Right.
She went to the record store and she got, they had like an album release like a month before my birthday. So she went like the week before my birthday and they gave her all the posters, all the old magazines. And for my birthday, because I'm a twin, my mom did me and my sister a So For Real birthday party. As soon as we walked in the house, it was just posters everywhere. She bought us each the cassette tape, or I think it was like the CD had came out. We had our own Walkman, and I listened to their album. I mean, I'm friends with them now, but back in the day, whoo, man, you couldn't tell me. Jace, yeah, with their little afro, with their big old pants, with their big ass blazer, with their big ass button up shirt. I used to dig it back in the day. So
Hilarious.
yeah,
All
I
right,
know
so
that threw some of y'all off. They like, who the
right,
fuck
they
is this?
they
Soul
googling right
for
now.
real.
They googling who the fuck is so
Soul
for real.
For real. That's what Yvonne doing. Yvonne looking it up right now. Who these goddamn people you talking about?
Yvonne knows who's so for
No,
real.
Yvonne knows I'm with you.
Okay,
Right,
that's
she
what
knows
Janice
who's so
doing.
for real
Janice
is.
over there looking for Soul for real. Look at her over there. I see her over there. So for real.
Tacarra.
4 or 4? 4.
Right. They spelling 4 out.
Right.
Tacarra, what's your full name? What was you birthed with? What is your
It's Tacarra Sheena Williams. That's my
Tacarra
birth.
Sheena Williams?
Yeah.
And where were you born and raised at?
My parents are Belizean and
really?
Nigerian. Okay. But I was raised in the Bronx in New York. And
South Bronx.
It was
South
different.
Bronx.
It was right in the South Bronx, right in the hood, right in the projects with 7 other siblings.
Wow.
Yeah. There's
Really?
8 of us.
So
Yeah.
you're the oldest, middle? What are you?
I'm the 3rd oldest of 8.
And you have a twin.
And I have a twin sister named Tamika.
Damn, that's dope. We didn't even know that. And we've been working with each other for this damn long.
You didn't know that?
No, didn't know that at all.
I feel like people knew. I mean, if y'all didn't know, I got a twin. Her name's Tamika.
So,
But she's very private. She's very private. So
is she?
Yeah.
Has she been in LA since you've been out here?
She hasn't.
She hasn't. Wow.
No, she does not like playing.
She don't. Oh, okay. She don't. She don't want none of that in life, huh?
She don't want. She be like, I mean, you can come here. I'm like, it's cold over there. Grow up. Like, why you live in Rochester, New York? It's freezing in Rochester, New York. It's cold. You gotta grow up.
So tell me, Tacarra, when did you fall in love with hip hop?
Oh man, I fell in love.
Was
with
that?
hip-hop.
What was that day? What song was that? You was like, yeah.
I want to honestly say it was the Fugees.
Really?
Yeah, it was the Fugees. It was all the Fuji songs. It was Ooh La La. It was that. It was
Ready or Not, Here I Come.
It was Ready or Not. It was every song. I fell in love with the Fugees, and then I was just like, what else is out there? Wow. And then I started listening to other artists. It was KRS-One. It was Lady of Rage. It was
Lady. Okay, West Coast.
And I used to be in, when you be in the shower by yourself, you be rapping on the lyrics.
Killing people in the shower.
I used to put my hair in 2 soap puffs. Like I used to put soap suds. And I used to be in the shower killing it. So yeah.
Okay, so Dead or Alive, your top 5 favorite comics.
I'm
shooting it. Yeah, come on.
Ready for rappers.
Yeah.
Dead or Alive top 5 favorite. Richard Pryor's why I started.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it? What got you? Like, what was that?
It was watching somebody talk about the most difficult, trivial, judgmental points in their lives, experiences in their lives, and being okay with it.
Right.
Not being afraid to say, I snorted coke. I fucked a man. Because we be like, I would never, I didn't, and But he was just so honest on stage and so comfortable. And it was so freeing to watch someone be exactly who they are, unapologetically, just without fear. And I was like, damn, I want to do that. And I never thought I would do it. I wanted to, like, I never thought I would be a comedian. I just kind of fell into it. But I would always think to myself, damn, like that's a dope thing to do, is to be able to just be you, and everything that people would judge you for and the media would talk about him with. And that's how I think so many other comedians jumped on that that bandwagon of taking those moments that were made public and talking about it on stage, because that's what you have to do. You have to address it. And I just looked at him and just idolized the fact that, he was just comfortable with who he was. And he was probably one of my top. So we have Richard Pryor.
Okay, who else?
We have Dave Chappelle is
hands down.
Dave Chappelle is one of the he's one of the greatest to do it, if not the greatest to do it. This is one of my favorite friends, and she's amazing. Just Niche is one of my favorite comics.
Oh, I love Just Niche.
I love her. stand up. I love her. What is it called?
Energy.
Her goddamn Instagram be having me on the floor. Her
She said
If y'all
some of the
don't
ratchet
follow
shit.
Just Niche, when I tell you Just Niche Instagram will have you on the floor crying with laughter because she's just who she is.
Right.
And I love people who are not afraid to be who they are. So we got Just Niche, we got Richard Pryor, we got
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Two
Um,
more.
we got two more. Hmm. I want to say Eddie Murphy
Okay.
is one of my top, and Bernie Mac.
Oh, Bernie.
But I don't know. I want to take Eddie Murphy out,
Okay.
and I want to put in Wanda Sykes.
Wanda's been dope for a
Wanda
long
Sykes
time.
is dope on
For
stage,
a
and I
long
absolutely
time. Did she go through? You muted yourself. I'm mute.
yeah. My kid coming here. You gotta go. She don't care. Kids don't care. I could be answering $1 million question, and she'll come in and be like, "I have to pee." And I'd be like, I'm answering $1 million question. I can't even count to 200. I have to pee. She don't. She don't care.
She don't
Um,
care.
but those would be my top 5.
Dope. Okay. I love
Yeah.
Wanda. I love
hmm
Wanda. She's been in it.
hmm
So, what happened to make you want to do comedy? I mean, I know you just said people that you just seen, but like, and you wasn't thinking about it. So,
Yeah.
what was it that got your bug that you was like, I want to do that?
Women, we go through these really bad breakups,
Okay.
and a lot of times, if you're bad breakup, if you're good with it, you decide to find yourself. And a lot of women be like, I gotta figure out what it is that I want to do. And that's what I did. I decided that I wanted to get into acting, and I went to this audition and I didn't get the part. But the producers were like, this role wasn't supposed to be funny and you made it hilarious. And for that reason, we think you should be doing stand up. And I was like, no, I never thought about doing stand up. And they said, we think you should try it. So that night, they set me up at this comedy club in Harlem where Omar Thompson was the host. And I got there, and all the producers, the people who were in the audition, were sitting in the front row. They came to the show at 8 o'clock, and I performed for the first time. I was supposed to do 3 minutes. And all I did was talk about how my breakup was and how I thought I was going to heal versus how I was healing, and the difference between how men and women heal during a breakup. And the women loved it. And he left me up there for like 10 minutes because he went to go smoke a blunt and forgot I was there. And after the show, all the women came up to me and were like, we get it. We understand. This was so funny. I went through a breakup too. And the fact that I connected with people over something that I cried about made me say, okay, this is it.
Wow.
That
Wow.
was it for me.
What year was that? Well, I mean, what age?
This
What
had to
year?
be back in I want to say 2010,
2010.
when I
Okay.
started in 2010.
So when did
Yeah.
you go full time with it? When was that point where you was like, okay, I have
I
to
think
believe
it
in me?
wasn't even a year and I moved to LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just went for it.
I did because I felt like sometimes I think that our my neighbor dog this big. And every time somebody walked by, this dog yappity yap yapping. I just decided to go for it. I think that I was aware of my surroundings and I understood how my surroundings might not support what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I just
Just did it.
you hear the truck,
Yeah.
the
It's
corn
okay.
truck.
We understand.
Kristen. They don't give a shit about my life, Kristen.
No,
They just
no, they like, yeah, you ain't made it
and
yet.
I just moved and I just did it. I came to LA to visit once. Isaiah Kelly was out here and he was like, come through, see if you like it. And I came through and then 6 months later I moved
Dope.
and that was it. And I just yeah,
Dope.
yeah.
So explain to the audience, what is your comedy type? I mean, you got, impressions, you have political.
Uh-huh.
What do Tacarra, what would you put your stamp on? I mean, I know you do a little bit of everything, but what is your
I would consider myself a mainstream comic. And there's no shade to urban comedians and
right?
things like that, but my goal in stand-up comedy is I want to be able to reach everyone. And in order to reach everyone, I have to find spaces where everyone exists, find jokes where everyone exists. So a lot of my jokes are just about parenting, or
Right.
just about, being in a relationship, and what that, what it was like being single versus being in a relationship versus figuring it out, versus being divorced and trying to find love again. Now my set is like, I talk about, my son came to me and told me I might be a grandma, and I was like, don't do that shit to yourself, because I'm not and now, but so many people can relate to being, finding out they might be a grandmother versus am I a grandmother versus now I got to talk about how do I feel about this? Is it what I thought it was going to be? Because, this going to be bad for him. If I'm a grandma, this ain't going to work out. Cause I'm not watching nobody baby. I don't even watch my own, he be watching them. He was like, so what do I do? I was like,
he's your
I said,
babysitter.
you want 2 kids? Why you say that? I said, who watch your sister? He said, I do. I said, you're going to be watching 2 motherfuckers at this point, because I'm still not helping you with none of this. So choose wisely what you do.
You know who I am.
Right. So my stand-up is just, it's versatile. It's for everyone. It caters to whether you are a different race, ethnicity. I can go to a different country with this set and still do well.
Right.
And that's the goal. The goal is to reach everyone.
Got it.
Yeah.
So being a comic and a woman stepping into the boys club type of industry.
Yeah.
How did you handle that?
I'm still figuring it out. No, I just learned to not give a fuck.
Wow.
Because I learned that regardless of what you do, people are going to talk about you.
Right.
And if you're doing great, people are going to love you, but then people are going to find excuses to why you do great. And then if you do bad, people are going to laugh at you, but then they're going to just, they're going to be like, haha, she did bad. So I just stopped worrying about what other people thought about me, because the reality is I don't have control over their thoughts. I don't have control over what they're going to say or how they feel. The only thing I have control over is myself and being funny. And that was the main thing I held on to that put me in the position now where I just don't care is, and this is something that Pookie told me. Pookie said, regardless of what, when, where, how, he said, huh?
You gotta let them know who Pookie is. I mean, you just saying
so Pookie is the creator, producer of Chocolate Sundaes, running this for
like you talking to a crackhead
plus. But he told me to just be funny.
Right.
He said, focus on your funny. Don't worry about what people say about you. They're going to talk. Don't worry about how people feel about you. They're going to feel. Don't worry about what people think. They're going to think. But if you are undeniably funny,
they can't take that from
you.
you.
They can't deny you for shit.
Right.
He said he said there could be a promoter out there that hates your guts. But if the crowd wants you there, they're going to get you there. Right. And that's all you focus on is the funny. And that's all.
I won't let you be great for shit over there, Tacarra.
How many times
wait on you?
How many times? You gotta check and make sure he done. You done?
Right. You good? You good? So I can do me.
For any comedians out there, especially female comedians, and this can pertain to men too, just be funny. If you're funny and you're undeniably funny, nobody can stop you. Especially the women. Nobody. I was always told, you too sexy on stage. You're not sexy enough on stage. And a lot of times it will come from women. You dress too sexy and they not paying attention to what you saying. They paying attention to what you look like. And I'm like, I need all that.
Right. But that's kind of funny you said that, because I remember when you started hosting, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm a man. So, and I know you have came to my events. So, I know what kind of music you love. Right. And I know what you dance to. So and I'm saying this not because I know Tacarra. I know all my hosts. So I know what Ron, I know his vibe. I know Rail's vibe. I know.
Oh, he said host. He didn't say hose. He said his
host.
I know my host.
No, host. I'm sorry.
Somebody was like, why she laughing and he called her a hoe? That ain't cool. He said host.
On her birthday.
Host. On her birthday, he called her a hoe. He said host.
No, she's not the birthday bitch right now. This is the host. So I know when I play the music, I always hype you up.
Right.
I'm always like, go. And I always talk about you. And you always come back at me like, no, nigga. I'm not gonna do that.
Right. So I ain't even had my margarita yet.
Yeah. So I started really like thinking like, oh, I get it now because that I could bring Ron up to something sexy. He could take all his clothes off and it's cool, right. Okay. But you bounce a little bit, it's like, that's how she got the job. You know what I mean? And I didn't really think about that.
But it's like, it don't matter what you do. People going to think that.
Right.
I remember when people would come to me like, so you host the Chocolate Sundae? I know how you got the job. But then they would see me perform and be like, damn, you funny as fuck.
Right. They had to take it back.
Like, God damn, I didn't know you was going to come up there and be that goddamn funny. Like, you was ridiculously. And that's when I don't care what people, I don't. That's like going back and forth with somebody on Instagram in your comments.
Right.
It's like,
I don't know nothing about you.
About this somebody is like, well, my opinion is that, and I feel like, and I can't not validate your opinion because I don't know your experience for you to feel that way. So I just don't. That's how I get around in this world, in this comedy. I don't care. I just focus on the funny. That's all I care about is being funny.
Got it. Remember the first time that Tacarra met DJ Sidekick?
Mm-hmm.
You remember?
No, where? Because I was probably drunk. Where?
No, you wasn't drunk. I came into Chocolate Sundae. I was early for once. Shut up, boss. And not to bring up, but you were sitting there with your ex at the time. There wasn't an ex, and I walked in, and you came and you was like, "Hi, I'm Tacarra," and you introduced you, and y'all both was going on first impressions.
No, I didn't go on the first time. He went on.
No, he went on. Yeah, you didn't. You're right. Right. You told me you was a comic, and I think you came like a couple of weeks later.
Right.
And
no, I came years later.
Years later?
Yes.
Was that long?
I didn't do first impressions for maybe like a year and a half after he did it.
Wow.
Because it's the female. You know what it is? You can't be pretty and funny. It's unheard of to be beautiful and funny. So every time I said I did stand up, it would be like,
Sounds good.
Okay. So I didn't get on till like a year and a half later.
Do you remember your first time on there?
Yeah.
How did you do? How was it?
I did good. I didn't do as well as I would have normally done because first impressions is so much pressure. You're on a waiting list for 72 years of your life. You finally get an opportunity to perform. You got 3 minutes. Not only do you have 3 minutes, but they announced that it's first impression. So everybody in the audience is like this.
Right.
People still walking in. People ain't sat down. Somebody mad because she didn't know it was a 2-drink minimum and she got in for free. And it's somebody's birthday over here and they drunk and they ain't calmed down yet. And you just trying to figure it out. So I was very nervous, which was shocking to me. But I just took one joke, and I always suggest that comedians do this when you do first impressions, especially live. You take your top joke and you run it for 3 minutes and you tag on it and you play with it for 3 minutes. Because if not, you'll try to do too much too soon and you won't get the quality that you should get for your jokes because you rush it. So I found one joke and I was just talking about my daughter and I ran it for those 3 minutes and that was it.
What year was that?
What
year was that?
Oh man, this had to be like 2016.
Was the baby here yet?
She was here. She came in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She
came
in 2014.
When was the first? Okay, so how many times did you do first impressions before you hit the main stage doing the main show? How many times did you? I just want to let everybody understand the work that you had to put in.
I did first impressions. I think I did first impressions one time, and then I did the main. I did first impressions one time, and then I did the main show maybe 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a call from Lonnie asking me if I wanted to try and, the first impressions host. And I was like, what? And she was like, you'll be the first female, but we're trying to move things in a different direction. And you are ridiculously hilarious. And everybody just loves you. They love your energy. The crowd loves you. The comedians love you. The staff love you. And we just want to try it. And I went up there my first time and tore that motherfucker up as a host. And that was it.
Your energy was so high that day. You was so on. It was like you didn't have to say a word. All you had to do was say, "Hey." It was just the way you came. It was like
because they
she's
were
here.
so excited,
Right.
and I just felt like it wasn't just something that I was doing for myself. It was something that I was doing for women. No, I was something that I was doing for women because we had never had that.
Right.
And it
Never.
wasn't just about me performing and having a good time. It was about me performing and doing well so that we don't have this problem or maybe just we'll have more opportunities later on down the line. So
Right.
I never looked at it as, you know, me just performing or whatever. I always looked at it as I have to do good because if I don't do good, then it might stop another female from being able to come.
True. The thing
Yeah.
that I liked about Tacarra Williams, I saw you from the beginning to now. And one thing I know, my thing with almost hold on, y'all.
She muted the camera. You already know what's about to happen.
Somebody get their ass whooped.
Black mom.
No, nothing's happening. Somebody was banging on my front door.
Oh.
And I'm like, who was it? And it was my neighbor looking for his sisters, but his sisters ain't here. So I hope they find them.
So, like I was saying, the thing I have a problem with every host that has came and hosted at Chalk Sunday is this is the biggest show in LA.
In
Period.
the country.
In the country, you're right.
It's one of the longest running biggest shows in the country.
Right. This is the only show that has 2 shows in one night. And we sell out every night on both shows. Don't let it be a weekend where we do 3 shows.
Yeah.
For you to be blessed to have that stage weekly.
Yeah.
And not try to step out your comfort zone and at least try a new joke. Something. Change a joke or make, build on a joke or take it and you just come up there and do the same thing. And you're almost doing it to a point where, like me DJing, for instance, I'll make mixes and I'll say to home and I'll do like, oh shit, that song with that song is a great beat together. But about the 4th or 5th, when I first bring it out, I'm killing it. I'm hype as fuck.
Right.
About the 10th or 11th time I'm doing it, I'm like, it's done. I got it. It's the exact same thing with comedy, the timing and everything. So for somebody to step on that stage and have that privilege to have that and not build on it, it kills me. It drives me crazy. One thing about you, like you said, you started with one joke.
Yeah.
And you ran that joke. I have seen that joke develop. I've seen that joke develop to another point to bring the other daughter in. I've seen you go into a whole nother level of your job and people there. I've seen you and I've seen the development of your writing skills. It was simplified and it became more complex and it became more comfortable and it became more you. And that out of anything, hate your guts. But your skills is
you gotta find your voice. I always tell people in stand up.
You did that. I gotta give you major credit for that.
You're gonna sound like everybody else.
Right.
Especially women. Especially African American women. We get pinned into this group of comedians. And I always tell women doing stand up, find your voice. And your voice comes from your personal life. Because we could all talk about an ex.
Right.
But Ty talking about her ex is going to be completely different from the way I talk about my ex because it's Ty, her voice is different, her mannerisms is different, the wording is different. We talking about our ex, but it's hers is completely different from mine. And you can watch her performing and watch me perform behind it and talk about the same thing, but get 2 completely different experiences. But that's because she found her voice.
You know what I hate?
And you have to find your voice in stand up. If not, they group like I've watched guys so we need a female on the show.
Right.
They don't care who. Because to them, to a lot of male comedians, we all the same. We just need a female. And then they'll just run down a list of females. We could take her because she cute. At least if she bombs, she cute. You know? And then you have people that'll be like, we need Ty Davis on the show.
Exactly.
It's a different because
the respect
we
level.
know who she is. We know where her voice is. We know what she's going to talk about. She's singled out because she has her voice. So I always tell women, find your, it's not just women, but any comedian, but women, bitches, I'm talking to y'all. Find You just gotta find your voice, and Chocolate Sundays allow me to do that.
The thing that I hate the most is when a comic, female or male, but really males do it, and it's a whole different thing.
Right.
But when a woman come up and everything is a big dick to a little dick to the big dick, suck a dick, what a dick, what the dick can do, what it can't do. It's like, wow, like you really, and it's cool to take that, you freedom to say that you can say it, but like somebody who does it and they do it so professionally is Tyree.
Yeah.
She does it and it's like so fresh that you like, she's been talking about sex the whole time, but it's
Tyree's a writer.
Right. And that makes a
she's
difference.
Not just out there like, so I was sucking dick and then the dick did this and me and the dick and then the dick, she'll be like, so the dick was talking to me.
Right.
Let me tell you what the dick said. Listen, this is not me. This is not me. This is not what I said. It wasn't my words. My ears was open and the dick told me. And I didn't even know dicks can talk, but this dick, it was like she writes. So because she writes, you're going to get a different experience when she talks about it. And it doesn't sound as vulgar because she is a writer.
And even when she shoot that vulgar, it's set up so pretty. So when it get to the vulgar, you can't even get mad at it because it's like, wow, you went all the way around there to hit here. And a nigga sucked my pussy. It's like, oh, okay.
But for me, I'm all about women. If y'all want to talk about for me, talk about what you want to talk about, but also keep in mind where you want to go. And is that material going to get you to where you want to go? So if you're comfortable where you at in your stand-up comedy and you comfortable doing this room and that room and over here, then do what you want to do. But if you want to level up and move, to a bigger space, then you can still talk about that thing. But it's like cursing, like in your set. Like, does your cursing make the joke or are you just cursing just to curse? Because I could be like, yeah, because then I told the fucking bitch and me and the bitch went over there and then I had to tell her or I could be like, so then I had to talk to her and I had to say, hey, bitch. It's a difference than me just saying bitch. Because now the bitch has some type of stand, has some type of ground. So for me, do whatever you want to do. I tell people, do whatever you want to do in your stand-up and your comedy, but be mindful of where you want to go and is that going to get you there?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, the reason why I wanted the first lady of Chocolate Sundae to come here and be the first lady that I interview is because she did something. Yeah, you the first.
I didn't know.
You did something that was remarkable. I've been at Chocolate Sundae 15 years. Yeah, something like that. 15, 16, 20, 20 years.
Just tell your age, sidekick.
Right. And to have a woman on the main show has been like, you won. To be, you understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? To be on the main show for a lady to do both shows. We had some girl ladies come in to do first to 8 o'clock, and by the 10 o'clock, it's like the whole show changed. For somebody to come do both shows. But Tacarra Williams came in and not only did 2 shows, but got a call to be Chocolate Sundae main show host. Ladies and gentlemen, take your mics, unmute, clap your hands, make some fucking noise. I've been there 15 years, and there has not been a woman host ever. Like, this is some real, and this is one of the hottest shows it is the hottest show in LA. Tell me about that call and tell me how you felt when that came to you. Because you knew there was going to be shots at you at that point.
Yeah, so Lonnie calls me. She goes, hey, girl, you know how Lonnie's talking. I was like, hey. She was like, so... such and such is going to be out of town. We need a main host and we just wanted to try you for it. And I was like, I am the host. And she was like, no, but like the main show. And I was like, are you serious? And I was like overwhelmed, but I held that shit. And I was like, hell yeah, I do that shit. Ain't no problem. But inside, I was like, oh shit. And I think I jumped up and down and I think I called my dad. He didn't know what the fuck going on. He like, Chocolate Sundays, eat the shit by yourself. Like he didn't know what was going on. He had no idea. He had no idea what Chocolate Sundays is. And I was really excited. And I just told myself, we're going to go on stage and we're going to be on fire the whole night. And that's the type of night I had the first time.
Definitely, y'all. So, Tacarra, let's change up a little bit. You went and did NBC Bring the Funny. Mm-hmm. How did that come to you? How was that audition? You got comics in here. How was that format? How did you get there?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I did not audition for that.
Oh,
I got a phone call, a random phone call at like probably like 9 o'clock at night. Um, and I got the phone call in like the second week in March, and it was a producer of the show, and he said, "Hey, I'm a big fan," and I said, "Hey," and he said, "So we have this comedy show coming on NBC, and we'd love for you to be a part of it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I got to audition. When's the audition?" He said, "No, you don't have to audition. We're just gonna put you in." And I said, "What kind of show is it?" He said, "Well, it's a comedy competition," and he told me the name of it, and I had never heard of it. And he was like, "It's on NBC. It's a good deal." He was like, "Even if you don't win, it's good exposure, and it's it's America." And he said it comes on right before America's Got Talent, and I am a huge fan of yours, and I think this would be great for you. So I sent it to my agent, and of course, my agent said, "Hell yeah!" And 2 weeks later, I was on set, and it was something that I don't think I would ever do again. But
why
it
not? That was
one
in
of
2019. Why not?
because I'm not. I'm not into competitions, and I'm not into. I just did it because I didn't know what I was doing.
Got
Like
it.
I found out on set it was a comedy competition,
Oh, okay.
and I wasn't gonna back out, and I just did it. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I had an opportunity to see all types of different comedians and different types of comedy. I have some amazing friends that I still talk to this day because I met them on that show, and it allowed me to be in front of audiences that I didn't even know existed. That blue collar America. I was selling out shows in cities that only had one flight in and one flight out a day.
Wow.
And I would get there, and my face is on the billboard, and my face is on the all over the place, and it seats 400 people, and we selling out 4 shows because
Dope.
they loved me, and I had no idea they even existed. So um, it was a great experience. And then I came up second,
Right. Second
second
runner up.
runner up out of 50 acts. I came up the second runner up. But the winners never really win. The
Right.
runner ups, people who run up are usually the ones who win. So even though I didn't win $250,000, which I really would have loved because I already spent it in my head, I was grateful for not winning because the winners were held to like a five. They're still in a contract with NBC. They can't move around. They can't tour. They can't do anything.
Really?
And I'm free to do what I want to do and still reap the benefits of coming in second place. So
So was that the politics of it? Like, I mean, I know there's a lot of politics going into that situation. You talk about
it was a lot. I didn't like the way they chose the winner. It was based on votes, America votes. But the group that won had 5 members, and they already had millions of followers.
Right.
So if their followers versus at the time, I had like 20,000 followers. Simple math would tell you who's going to win before you announced it because they have millions of followers, and I only lost by like 2%. So it wasn't like a huge loss. I did really, really well, and I was just grateful for everybody who voted for me. But I was just also grateful to just be on the show and have the experience. So,
and that helped you. Like once you was on there, what opened up for you? Like you
tours, comedy clubs were wanting me on their tour. I did one date, and I did great on the date, and they were like, we want her here, we want her there. So that opened up. It was my first time touring at all. I never toured before. I never even toured with anyone. I just wasn't into being a feature. I never wanted to be somebody's feature.
Dope.
Because a lot of women feature for men, and I didn't trust the
situation,
the stipulations that came along with being on the road with a man. And I've always heard, what happens on the road stays on the road. And I never wanted to put myself in a position to feel like I have to do something because you cut in my check. So I was never a fan of, I never wanted to be anybody's feature. It was never something I wanted to do.
So that's another part of the male type business that you had to endure and deal with.
Yeah.
So you had to almost turn money away because
I just don't, and it's not every male. It's not every male, but it's a lot of them who will bring you on tour with them with the expectation of sleeping with you at some point. And I would just rather not set myself up for that. And again, it's not everybody, but it just was something I didn't want to have to deal with. So I just figured at some point I'll get there by myself, and and I promise I won't try to sleep with y'all if y'all feature me.
If they work for you.
I promise I'm not
with a cigarette.
huh?
You in there a cigarette? Come get your check.
They'd be like, no, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I think your check gonna be short then. Like,
Why are you doing this? I don't know.
I wasn't interested in that, so I just figured that I would figure it out.
I hear you. All right, well, I'm about to ask you more questions. I'm gonna I'm gonna open the mics up and they have whoever got comics.
Shout out to Ty Davis for being in here. She sat up and everything because earlier she was laying her ass down.
Yeah, she had to cover up to her nose. Yeah,
man, when I tell you she was like this on the couch. I'm like, did she put her camera on? She put her camera on because she was like this on the couch. And I'm just looking at her like, why Ty got to be like this? Sleeping.
Actually, Ty is next week. I got Ty right behind you.
I'm in for Ty next week. I can't.
Ty's next week. Okay, so like I said, I'm about to ask this question.
And don't let Ty's voice get y'all, because her voice is soft and sultry and smooth, and y'all gonna be in here googly eyed. Like, let me just cut the camera off. I just want to hear her talk. And shout out to her for being in here.
Done deal. So after this question, I'm gonna let the ladies and gentlemen ask you questions. So this is my question to you. You are very close to the world opening back up, right? Chocolate Sundae at the Laugh Factory is coming back. We're gonna be back face to face again. You coming in, hit me in the back of my arm, like, hey,
it's cold as fuck up here. That's what I'm saying. It's cold as fuck up here.
My nose running.
My nose running and shit.
I'm pissed off already. Only been there 15 minutes.
Right.
What do you miss about it, and what do you think is if anything's gonna change about it?
I miss the energy of Chocolate Sundays. I miss just all of it, from the line of people standing outside waiting to get in, to everybody who think they know somebody and we gotta be like, you ain't on the list.
Coming through the back door,
to the newcomers, to the Caucasians walking in like, hey, it's Chocolate Sundays, we're ready, to people, to watching people just have, because Chocolate Sundays is an experience.
Yes,
and watching people have this experience, and I miss that. I miss the experience of Chocolate Sundays. I miss the energy. I miss Lonnie in the corner judging everybody. That's a stock joke. Like, I miss that. I miss her being like, what is Sidekick doing? Like, I miss you walking by with 2 drinks in your hand. Excuse me. I miss Ben coming in last minute when we full to capacity. Like, no, I'm gonna get you in. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. And then sending people upstairs to stand. They gotta stand. I miss them.
And he never come back.
Right. I miss them little seats that nobody ass really fit on. Them little stairs. As soon as you sit,
maybe slide down.
I can't stand them seats. And I just miss Ron. I just miss. It's the vibe. Like Chocolate Sundays. If you've never been, it's a vibe.
Yeah, and
you're not gonna get it until you are there.
You could be in the baddest mood and walk in there, and by the time you leave, you like, fuck, I needed this. I needed this.
And that's what, to the proposals, to the twerk contest.
Oh yeah, the twerk contest.
I miss all of it. Every ounce of it. Everything. I miss all of it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, turn your mics on. Who got a question for Tacarra Williams, First Lady? Chocolate Sundays. Is anybody?
Nobody. Chip said yes.
Chip?
I don't have any questions because you pretty much answered what I was going to ask. Like, how do you combat dealing with the fact that, like, male comics, they ask you to work with them, but they really don't want to work with you. They just want to work with you.
Be funny. Like, if you funny, I've had promoters book me because they thought I was going to bomb, and then they were going to console me with drinks and then think they're going to sleep with me. And it didn't happen. Wow. When you funny, I've had promoters or comedians be like, damn, you really funny. So you know what? I got this other show coming up if you just want to do that show too, because they respect you when you funny, and you just got to be funny. That's you just got to be undeniably funny. So that's how I figured it out.
But you do have to pay attention to where you walk and talk too, because I know female comics get a real bad rap because they're female comics. So even if you did do something on the road, you did something on the road. You know what I'm saying? Let her go to baby. I just saw her on the side. She kind of peeked in and like, hey, y'all.
You don't care.
You know what I'm saying? The pre-notion, even if you didn't do nothing, if you out with Corey or you out with, Tony or whatever, she did something. You know what I mean? You got to fight those type of things too.
Right. Especially when you up and coming too. Like they think that you slept with people to get your experience. It's like, I booked this show on my own. I can show you the email. Like, I don't even know Shawty. He just started talking to me. Like, he started sitting next to me.
It's one of those things where it's always gonna start off like that. It's always gonna be, this child is crazy. It's always gonna start off like that. But when you just funny, it'll dissolve on its own because there's a level of respect that you force people to have for you.
You have to get right.
When somebody will be like, yo, she touring with such and such. Yeah, I know he's smashing. Nah, Shorty funny as fuck though.
Right.
That's the response you'll get is, nah, Shorty, she got it though. She funny. And there's nothing you can do to stop what people gonna think, like they're gonna think what they want to think. So just be funny. Yes.
Is that the baby who the joke when you run in, she says, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yes, that's her. That's her. She had to be about 2 years old. She's like, you want to race? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to race. I ain't no bitch, right? So she not in the room. She out the room. We start racing and she goes, whoa, slow down. You're breaking the ground, mommy. Relax. Look at all of the cracks in the ground that you made. You broke it. You just broke everything. I was like, you know what, man? Fuck you. I ain't even want to
no dinner.
Chicken nuggets for you. Not even the good ones. The ones that ain't even just rib meat. You get those. And she,
okay.
She's 7 now.
Good. Tiffany Howard got a question for you. Go ahead, Tiffany. Where you at? Let me bring you up. Where Tiffany at?
Yeah.
Her camera's not on. There she go. Go ahead, Tiff.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? I am not going to turn my camera on because I'm like trying to get ready for bed. I got like a robe on and everything. So
that's what we want to say, Tiff.
Take it off. I'm just going
to
No, but it's not a nice robe. It's like I just grabbed something to throw up because I'm getting in bed.
Okay.
It's the one that's been in the back of the closet that I just kind of I don't let nobody see me with it on. So wait, but I had a question. Huh?
I said you cracking yourself up.
Yeah. Well, you know what the thing is, I am actually I am really funny, but I don't even try to be funny. Like I've just been funny just like my whole life. And but I've always been afraid to like take it to the big stage. And I don't know, I've been doing some thinking and I don't know, I might just do it. But I did have a question for you. How much, if you don't mind, if you do mind, understand, how much do you make, doing comedy, before the pandemic?
I don't mind answering that. I think when you first start out, you're not gonna make nothing. It's just a love for it. Right. Depending on the city that you start out in, you ain't gonna make shit. You barely get gas money. You might get $25, $50. If it's urban stand-up pays more than mainstream. Mainstream, you'll get paid $20, $25 to do a really big, like the Laugh Factory or the Improv. But if you do like a private show, or maybe even when I was in New York, I would make hundreds of dollars per show, versus when I moved to California, they would give me a check for $15. And that's in the beginning. Now I would make thousands of dollars per show. Even more if I do a full weekend. It depends on what your gimmick is. Are you, do you have other sources of income? Do you sell merch? I sell merch. I'm monetized on YouTube. I'm monetized on Instagram. I'm monetized on Facebook. So I have multiple sources of income from stand-up comedy, not just performing on stage. I make sure that anything I do on social media pays me. So if you think about it like that, you can make a lot of money doing it. You can make anywhere from, I know people who make $5,000 a month, and then I know people who make $25,000 a month doing stand-up.
But Tacarra, that's a good question. With the new way of comedy, I think you came in right when the wave was hitting, right? Mm-hmm. Right when the, Instagram and all that kind of took off.
Yeah.
And you have old schoolers who feel like, That's some bullshit because I did the proper way, which is the grind, the 13 years, 14 years, and worked my way, thing by thing. Then you got people that came in the game and used, like you said, every avenue to make sure to win. How do you feel about both sides? Because you kind of doing both.
I think you should be able to do both. I think you can't get upset with people because the times change.
Right.
I can't get mad at somebody who.
I see you, Brian. Hold on.
Yeah, I can't be mad at somebody who's using Instagram to get successful. Instagram is there for that reason. You can't get mad at people at the way that they blow up. You got to figure out your own way to get in. And I don't think it's fair. I used to feel a way about social media comics, but then a lot of them work really hard too. They just work hard differently from the way I work hard. They're more on social media. They stand up with social media. I'm more in person, but it doesn't take away the work that goes into what they do. So when people say I don't like social media comics and they don't deserve this and they shouldn't be doing stand up, hey, we're going to all get on the stage. And when you get on the stage, you'll have an opportunity to show, if your Instagram stand up is going to suffice in front of an audience of 500 people, that you put asses in the seats. So I don't feel a way about it. I think just adapt. Cause let's take what's his name? The dad. No. What's the dad? What's his name? He's a writer. Ronald. His wife is Julie. Ronald.
Oh, David Arnold.
David Arnold is an old school comic.
Right.
But he figured it out.
Right.
TikToks went viral. Instagram's viral. His wife is now, big on social media because he stopped complaining about it and just found his niche, found his voice. And that's what everybody just has to do. And people spend so much time being upset at somebody else for what they're doing that they lose focus of what they should be doing, for themselves.
Hey, Brian. The original Brian, I have a question for you, Tacarra. I seen her again. The original Brian. So,
go ahead. First off, I just wanted to say, I tell T, I've been looking at a lot of your stuff for a minute. Just super respect. I'm not just saying it because Women's Months and all that. You know what I mean? But a lot of respect for everything that you got going. My question is, how did you? I know you say you didn't want to do what the competitions and stuff like that, but how did you find a lot more of your gigs? Like, did you have a representation? Did you get like a comedic manager? Because most of us, we act and do comedy. But like this, like I happened to see it on your page, and I think some used link, and then I saw it on the Chocolate Sundays. But so it's like, how did you find more opportunities?
They came to me. Like, I didn't go looking for an agent. They came to me. I didn't go looking for a manager. I was doing well for a year and a half to 2 years before I actually got a manager. They came looking for me. The shows, people called me for the shows. People, and I'm not saying that to boast or anything. I'm just saying that people hear about you. Like when you are funny and you are who you are, people will hear about you and they'll look for you, or people will be like, yo, y'all need to check out. We need somebody for the show. Yo, the original Brian, he's funny as shit. He's like, he dope. And they'll come looking for you. And I think oftentimes, we just have to be able to understand and accept the process. There's a process and everybody's process is different. And a lot of times we want everybody else's process. It's like, well, this person got on this way, I want to do that. But that's not for you. So I got these opportunities by people just calling me. I didn't call and ask to host Chocolate Sundays. They called me. I didn't call and ask to do NBC Bring the Funny. They call me, and it goes back into just being funny. Being undeniable.
I mean, like I started my situation.
Go ahead, Brian.
He was going.
Oh no, it was a delay. But I think my situation was I started in the church doing clean comedy or whatever, and I booked a lot of private gigs doing. You do something at the church, people hit you up to do a wedding, and then outside of that, at this other job, I used to host parties with David Buster. So I started with like 5, but I guess if the goal is to get to do, I guess mainstream of that, it's like you can make money doing that, but I guess unless you create your own stage, I guess it's like how do you I feel like now, even I've been doing the parties and stuff.
I started a room. Because when you start a room, you create collateral for you and other comedians. Because now they want to get on your, especially if you got a good room. If you got a good room that people are coming to and it's fun, then you create collateral for other rooms. Because now people are like, damn, can I get on your show? And you like, hell yeah. And they're like, yo, you put me up on yours, I put you up on mine. Right. And then all the comedians who have the shows that you want to get on will now put you on their show simply because they want to get on yours.
So
that was something else I did was me and a friend of mine, Mika J, we started a comedy room in Inglewood. And that was another way I got opportunities. And I didn't realize it at the time. It was because I created a stage for comedians to get on. And we done had big comedians come into this little tiny spot. And what in return, I got offered other stages. So that's something else you do. You create and produce your own show, and it'll bring more work to you because people want to perform there. So
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiffany came back one more time. Come on, Tiff. What's the question you have for her?
It's not. I don't have a question. I just wanted to say thank you for your transparency, and you are really down to earth, and you gave a lot of great information. I mean, you could have been like, I don't feel comfortable discussing that information. Like you put everything out there, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I just think the more you know, the better prepared you can be for some things. And people come into stand-up comedy like, yo, I'm going to do stand-up and then I'm going to make this money. And then they quit their job and leave their family and move to a different city. And then they be here sleeping on somebody's couch. And it's 10 years
right.
later. And, you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. And, the more I can help, the more I will. And the financial aspect of it is important for people to understand that you're not going to make no real money up front. I taught school. I was teaching,
right.
Going to school and doing stand-up with a new baby.
So when was it?
Love stand-up.
But when did you know, like, okay, I'm gonna have to really step out here and fly on my dream, and I got it to let go of that because you had a great job. Like,
it was when I did the Comedy Central special. And then maybe a year after that. So I did the Comedy Central special, and then I also did Montreal Comedy Fest, which is one of the biggest comedy competitions the biggest comedy festival in the world is in Canada. And then the following year, I'm gonna fight this girl. And then the following year, because the funny part is that in her head she's sneaky.
Right, we don't see
in her head. In her head, nobody see her, but we all looking at her like, girl. But in her head, we don't see her at all. In her head, she a ninja, and we just watching her. And I love that y'all like, look at that baby. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Y'all just letting her jump around. Y'all not being judgmental. Ty laid back down and went to sleep. She don't even care. Y'all not judging me, and she just jumping around. I need you to stop. But I decided to
at that point
go when I did the special, and then I did Montreal, and then a year later I did New Faces. Okay. And then I did New Faces. I did what was it? I did Roast Me, the roast battle. And then I found out the day before I was supposed to leave, they asked me to do Anthony Anderson's gala. And they said no new face performer has ever did a gala in the same festival. So you can't tell anybody yet. We can't mention it yet. And this is when I was filming. Was I filming NBC Bring the Funny? I think I was. And then my job was just like, we don't feel like you're taking it serious. We need more effort from you. And I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Real quick. So let you go because I know the baby's like, hey, it's my time.
It's bedtime.
So the Kevin Hart special.
Yeah.
Real quick. Tell about that, how that came and, doing that special. Was that your first one?
That was my first special, and Pookie contacted me to do it, and he said, hey, I have this event, and I want you to do it, and I have this show, and I think you'll be great for it. And I said, okay, and he sent me like the season before, and it was like just Niche and Grady and all these people, and I was like, okay, I'll do it, and I didn't understand how important it was until I shot it.
Right.
Yeah, the day I shot it, you were there, and
yes, you killed.
Oh, thank you. And
you went in.
And I was just like, I'm on Comedy Central.
Right.
And it's funny because people will shoot it down. They'll be like, it was only 30 minutes. It wasn't a special. And I'm like, it was special to me, motherfucker. God dang.
I ain't done 30 minutes nowhere else.
Right. But it was amazing. And at that point, the feedback that I got from it, I was like, okay, let me. And I think that, I think that specific episode was nominated for a Grammy. I don't remember. Or it was in the category for a nomination.
Dope.
Yeah, I don't remember. I gotta look it up. I don't remember. But I think it was. I don't remember. But and it was a great experience to have, and I just wish everybody could have it, you know? That type of experience. But it was fun, and it put me on the map to bigger and brighter and better things. So
all right, Tacarra, tell them where you at. Tell them how they can see you, where they can find you at, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Go follow me on social media, Tacarra Williams, Tacarra Comedy, all things. I will be in Seattle in June. I will be in Chicago in August. I will be in New Orleans in July. That's all I got so far. I'll be here at Chocolate Sundays, First Impressions, every Wednesday. And just check me out. Come follow me. We'll have some good times. Come join
Ladies and gentlemen, again, make some noise for the birthday girl. Give it up for Tacarra Williams, y'all. Make some noise. And the baby.
Yeah. Come say hi.
She's like, this is my show.
And thank you so much for having me, Sidekick. Say hi.
Hey, no problem. Thank you very much, y'all. We don't jump into the wind me down right now. Bye.
No tea. Oh. No tea.
Right. Look just like her daddy, Jesus Christ.
She does. But thank you so much for having me. Stay tuned. Listen to some music. DJ Sidekick is amazing. There we